You are right up my street.
Oh, you can't make me choose.
Igo by Toyota sponsors T4.
Fuck me, Lee Ryan's 13.
I remember we couldn't remember the word for table.
This is Your Welcome America Presents The ASHLEE SIMPSON Show, Episode 3.
In our ongoing mission to translate British pop culture for America and American pop culture for Britain, we're celebrating the 20th anniversary of The ASHLEE SIMPSON Show by rewatching all 8 episodes.
Sure are. Coming up in Episode 3, we have Ryan Cabrera, the Atkins diet, and yet another 40-year-old guy creeping on Ashley.
Boo. I am Ben.
I am Fraser.
Fraser Light Razor.
This is The ASHLEE SIMPSON Show.
Bloody is. Okay, I do want to give a shout out straight away to one of our listeners, Laura, and she sent us this.
Got stains on my t-shirt and I'm the big expert. If you want my autobiography, baby, just ask me.
Oh, that laugh at the end.
I also like how Laura got the lyrics wrong.
Perfect.
She did send a revised version, but nope, we're using her getting the lyrics wrong. Okay, so this episode is called Ashley Rocks Ryan's World.
Rock and roll, man. I will say, just as a quick overview, because I feel like it really needs to be said.
Okay.
This episode is a fucking montage whirlwind. We barely touch ground for longer than like 10 seconds in this episode to hear anyone speak or see anything happen.
We're all over the place.
It feels like a real grab bag of shots.
So this first section I've described as Ash meets more middle-aged men.
Oh yeah.
So she's found out from Geffen, creepy, what's his name, Jordan at Geffen, that she needs to write with more people. And he says, I'm gonna put you with writers to help you figure out who you are. So obviously those writers are multiple middle-aged men. There are 2 women in the mix, but essentially it's just a montage of Ashley meeting lots of old men.
I couldn't get head nor tail if that first shot of her talking to Jordan, she was wearing that bananas outfit from last week. Because I feel like we'd made the joke that she looked like a banana. This time, the outfit looked almost exactly the same, but she was dressed in, like, peacock colours. And I couldn't tell if she just got the same outfit in banana and peacock.
Who knows? This is also strange because this plot, in general, this is her first album. Of course she's going to write with multiple people. What? I don't know. Is anyone meant to be surprised?
Right. So we start with, she rocks up to the doors of quite a hideous-looking mansion.
Yeah.
John Feldman answers the door, clearly of some kind of band that I should know about and I don't care. He asks her, what kind of music do you want to do? And she's like, I really like rock. And he's like, well, like, what kind of rock? Like the Scorpions rock? I was like, who's the Scorpions? Do you know?
No.
And I like that she just kind of goes, no, not like that.
No.
Then they got a lot of nerve because they put Ron Fair from... Search for the Next Doll / head of RCA or whatever that company is called. He's that one, famously, what he's really responsible for.
What?
One of our favorite Christina songs.
Which one?
I turn to you. Yeah, they just whip him into a montage and don't even give him like a name Chiron thing at the bottom.
We do end up seeing her with Guy Chambers.
Yeah.
Guy Chambers. What's he famous for? Robbie Williams stuff?
He did a lot of Robbie stuff.
Yeah.
Robbie. Everyone in the UK is just friends with Robbie.
Next time on Ashley, Robbie.
So this kind of launches into the next montage, which is Ashley being late because she's late to meet Guy Chambers. And then we get this kind of a late montage. It's her using a very old GPS, which actually is the same one that's in my car.
Is it?
Pretty much. It pretty much looks exactly the same as the one in my car that I can't use.
Your car doesn't have as much wood veneer, though, does it?
Heavy on the plastic in mine.
The acres of trees that were felled to go in the interior of this Lexus convertible 2004.
Yeah.
So yeah, Ash is using this old sat-nav that she calls Terry, which is quite funny. Her being like, oh yeah, that's Terry.
I do agree with her that the term slight right is a slightly confusing instruction from a GPS thing.
Or like bear right.
Bear right,
What
slight
does that
right.
mean, bear right?
I also really enjoyed how many pieces of paper she was rustling around in this scene. So she's listening to Terry, but she's also constantly on her phone and referring to multiple like stapled printouts of like directions and names and instructions that she had to look for.
What was that map service back in the day that you would print out before a road trip? Do you remember?
Well, there was the AA in the UK. It was the AA. The AA directions were the best ones to print out, and then in the US it was MapQuest.
Okay, don't remember.
No, I would always use the AA directions.
Good.
I felt very like kind of Sandra Bullock in The Net when I would go into the AA, type in my destination, look at the map, then print it out, but also print out the map, but also the word directions, as if you were driving really fast and you're able to look at and monitor how far down a list of directions you've gone. How did anyone ever get anywhere in the past?
No clue. Isn't it funny how in the UK it's the AA, but in the US it's AAA?
Yeah, well, of
they
course.
had to have one more.
Of course.
So Terry the sat nav does talk very slowly. So imagine driving and Terry just saying, "At the next
Yeah.
right."
Yeah, Terry's definitely not. That satellite wasn't getting updated as much as Apple Maps or Google Maps these days, was she?
Really slow satellite. Wait, who did she go see?
She goes to the bloody Matrix.
The Matrix. Now, who are the Matrix responsible for? It's the Matrix.
I don't remember.
Isn't it lots of like Selena Gomez?
Rock and roll, man.
Doesn't she say lots of things about the Matrix?
Yeah.
I feel like.
And they do some real...
Oh no, those are the cataracts.
Oh, the cataract. What's the one that Mystique were using back in the day? Sunship.
Oh, I didn't even know
Oh
those.
yeah, Sunship remix. Anyway, they do some jiggery pokery with the edit here because they make it look as if Ashley is lost all day and then arrives to see the Matrix at night.
It's always night in the Matrix.
Yeah.
And then someone who's part of the Matrix tells a story about Courtney Love at the Grammys, and then Ashley says that Courtney Love once tried to make out with Ryan Cabrera. So, okay.
Yeah. You say Cabrera like a carburetor.
Cabrera. Is it
Cabrera.
Cabrera.
Yeah.
But there is a CAR, isn't there?
I don't think so. Cabrera.
Hang on.
Cabrera.
Cabrera. Ryan. Oh, you're right. It's Cabrera.
But I want you to carry on using yours.
Ryan Cabrera.
Yeah.
Alexis Cabrera. And then we get a shot of Ash and Ryan.
Yeah, we slide into another montage. It's kind of the Ryan montage.
Yeah, but ultimately we slide into a booth at an Italian restaurant, don't we?
I think we might have just visited that restaurant on the last episode.
Just got our usual
What was
spot.
it called? Maccini's or something?
Something like that,
Maciano's?
yeah.
I literally just edited the episode and I can't remember.
We still need to go.
She's back at her table.
Yeah,
the Ashley table, definitely. I can't make head nor tail of what's on the table that they're eating. They're definitely they look like something like a garlic bread.
Oh yeah, the two of them munch a wee garlic bread.
At this point in my notes, it says, "My neighbor is talking to her cat in the hallway, and she sounds like Ashley."
Can you do an impression?
She was just like, "I'm just trying to pick up my cat." I really like the girl across the hall.
The girl. Is she a girl?
She's the one that's the real space cadet.
The girl.
Yes.
How old is she?
She seems pretty young.
She's 14.
I think she might be 12 and live alone with her cat. I really, really like her. She's lovely. There's a lot of expositional information that gets jammed into this Ryan montage. She says, she reveals that at some point he lived in the Simpson household for a year and a half.
Yeah, I didn't understand that.
And then she's like, "Oh no, I'm going to be in his music video. I'm going to go to Austin." And I was like, "What? Is this like set up for the show?"
The Simpson family seem to really support men.
Yeah, waifs and strays.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was very suspicious. And yeah, it was that very like, yada, 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 yada. It's like, no, I guess we're not looking at a long form documentary here, are we? We really need to jam in that, get us to Austin in 2 seconds flat. So let's get there.
We go to Austin and we go to Chewy's for dinner.
We do. Chewy's Tex-Mex.
Chewy's Tex-Mex.
And now she's back in cahoots with one of her most wackadoodle friends, Lauren.
Now, who is Lauren? I just wrote Lauren?
Yeah.
The two of them,
I have
pretty
to say,
insufferable.
I have to say they did make me laugh when they headbutted each other on the sofa.
Did they?
That was funny. They were both laughing about something and like leaned into each other and headbutted each other. And I thought, fair enough.
Is that when the guy from the hotel's bringing in a trundle bed for Lauren?
Yeah, and they're laughing about how the fact that he rearranged the room to bring in Lauren's trundle bed and how he just had the couch just facing out of the window.
Yeah.
And the two of them are just sitting on that couch just staring out the window.
It's a nice view.
I liked Lauren. She's got some very intense highlights. Very intense. And they're both wearing like skinny high-heeled shoes with like flared really long jeans and just t-shirts.
Those jeans definitely frayed at the ends.
Yeah. Spike Hills and skin tight jeans.
I got a fist in the face, come your way, baby. Come the way, yeah.
And then we get just a quick shot of her kind of waking up in the morning before she gets ready, and she's sleeping with her flip phone right next to her face.
My note was, Ash sleeps with nub phone. That must have been hot.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the battery, no battery, but then it doesn't matter.
In those days,
What?
You could only drain your battery so much by texting and talking on it. It wasn't like it was,
right.
you weren't just constantly having the screen lit up with all kinds of information coming your way.
Okay. So at the hotel, it looks like Lauren and Mama Tina.
Yeah.
They're having pancakes in bed, it looked like.
Yeah, lovely.
Yummy, yummy. And then we have this English hairstylist, don't
Yeah.
we?
He really gets the raw deal in this scene.
Poor guy.
She says she wants to make sure her hair isn't all poofy. And then she starts saying she's really picky about her bangs.
Yeah.
And then she's desperately trying to get Tina to tell her that her hair looks bad so that she can get rid of it. And Tina's saying, I can't tell you what to do with your hair. And then they both just kind of agree, yeah, it looks kind of dry. And they just keep cutting to him being like, pulling a blank face.
Yeah.
Clearly, like, that was his brief. And then there's some rock and roll hair washing in the tub.
Because, yeah, to clarify, Ash has got he's given her giant crimped hair.
Yeah. And then, because this is for the music video, we should really clarify that too.
Oh, yeah, because why is she in Austin again?
To film Ryan Cabrera's new music video.
On the way down, I saw you and I did it for myself.
And actually, I will say I agree with Ash and Teen because looking at most of those scenes, she's wearing a fun, funky Baker Boy hat for most of it anyway. You can't jam that over those curls.
That's a good point.
Just silly. Poor
Yeah.
man. He was really set up.
Yeah, so they have to last minute wash her hair out and then dry it.
She has her foot in the toilet.
Yeah. Gulliel.
And then really lovely shot of her using that little mini hotel hairdryer. You know, the one with like 1 wattage.
And a springy cord. She's just going to wear it straight.
Well, the good thing is that this music video, because Ryan is also a rock and roll star, the two of them are really dressed for rock and roll. She's wearing her rock and roll knits, my rock and roll knitted scarf, and my rock and roll Baker Boy hat.
A question for you. Did you fancy Ryan Cabrera?
Absolutely not.
You didn't?
No. I was not into his kind of Sonic the Hedgehog style vibes. Never, ever.
Yeah, I don't know if I was... I wasn't like fully into him, but I thought, oh, he's kind of hot.
I think he was too cute. I was always trying to find like the Jay from 5 or Kevin from the Backstreet Boys. Always that one that was looking a little more weathered.
Which one was Kevin from the Backstreet Boys?
A little ratty. Always looked a bit older than the rest of them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Beady little eyes.
Ratty.
Loved Kevin. It's being directed by Dean someone. This video.
So in this video, they're on the streets of Austin being all rock and roll. And then Ashley's like, you know what? I'm just going to throw Ryan against the wall and kiss him, but don't tell him. And to be fair, the director clearly didn't really know this was going to happen.
Yeah.
It happens. Everyone's like, oh, okay.
I said, is she Me Tooing him?
Oh.
Kissing someone without their consent in a workplace environment? I think she might be. And this is, I like to cause trouble. And I wrote, #MeToo. That'll be the quote for when she gets done for Me Tooing him.
My question, this is completely unconnected to your Me Too allegations against Ashley Simpson. Is Ashley a stoner? Because she has stoner vibes.
What, in this show?
Just in all the ways.
No. She has stoner vibes.
Right.
And I think she acts like she's a stoner. But I don't think at this point a single piece of weed has passed her lips. I think now I can imagine her being a very...
Mama loves a gummy.
Yeah, high-end, glamorous. She has a gummy and she's very cool. But at this time, she's more just like a edgy yet straight-edged teenager. I bet she had like a couple of drinks.
So we then have like inside, they're majorly making out.
Yeah. And actually, speaking of Me Too, the director also, after they do that makeout shot, he goes in and kisses her really too close to her mouth, like on the cheek. Yeah.
Ooh.
So, more Me Too action happening.
Everyone's very giggly. Like they're watching, they're like, you can cut, like we cut like 2 minutes ago. You don't need to, and they're just going for it, which is kind of fun. What?
No, I was just laughing. I was laughing at something that I'd said in my notes.
What was it?
I just said his hair is astounding. So Joe and Tina are shaken to their very core and very titillated by Ashley and Ryan making out. Then to the strains of Your Body is a Wonderland by John Mayer.
What?
It whizzes from them kissing, and she's like, and the next thing you know, 2 weeks later, we're still kissing. And I was like, whoa.
Well, before we even say that, though, she does say that they're best friends. And that night they went out and they all started kissing again. And then it's like...
Sorry, you're right. And then we...
2 weeks later.
Whizzed forward, like true fast forward, montage. And we suddenly went into like a shopping montage.
Yeah.
I think they were like Melrose, weren't they? Going into like vintage stores and like trying on tees, man.
Buying secondhand clothes. There's definitely a problematic moment where they're putting on a kimono and doing like, I don't know, moves.
Kung fu moves
in quotation marks.
Yeah, not great.
I've just written here in all caps, this generation's Courtney Love and Kurt Cobain.
Then did you see the very strange editing choice just before the break?
No.
There's a shot of them driving in their car, and they're driving along this very strange, very real LA-looking like alleyway by a dumpster, and they just made the car disappear, like it was being like raptured by aliens.
What?
And then it just cut to like the.
Okay, I need to look at that.
You need to look at that because I'm not sure if maybe I dreamt it.
Okay, so we just rewatched, and yeah, Ashley and Ryan drive off in that 2004 Lexus, and the Lexus just vanishes.
Yeah, it's like it's gone through like an invisible force field.
Well,
I guess they're leaving the scene, everyone.
Yeah, I mean, the songs are like, this day will last forever, so maybe that is so weird. Wonder how many just... do you think the editors were like, do you know what, we'll pop it in, no one will notice?
Yeah, well,
Little did they know.
Never thought people would be picking apart 20-minute episodes
20 years later.
Frame by frame.
That's so strange. Okay, so where are we going next?
'Tis the season to be jolly and joyous.
I'm going to record a song with Ashley Simpson.
Oh, Ashley Simpson's coming over.
So next we go to the Jim Henson Studios.
Yeah, there's a line that I couldn't hear where she said, I'm just recording at the...
I tried listening to it twice.
Me too, because I kept thinking, was she saying like the Muppet recording studio where all the Muppets go in and do the vocals for the movies?
Well, she's gonna go apparently record in a recording studio at the Jim Henson studio. She goes to meet John Shanks. John has done music for, Alanis.
Oh.
One name. Sheryl Crow. Michelle Branch.
If I just breathe a little piece of me, you'll know everything is alright. I
love that song.
That is such a good driving song.
'Cause you're everywhere to me.
And she has the what's the other one? Goodbye to You is a really goodbye to you. Goodbye to everything that I knew. Oh, love Goodbye to You.
If I just
Yeah, that's a really... I think I said this in the last episode. It's one of those songs that hurts your vocal cords to try and sing along to it. Oh no, that was Hilary Duff, Fly.
But to be fair, being in the same stable as an Alana, Cheryl, Michelle, it does make sense for our gal Ashley.
Miss Piggy.
Miss Piggy.
I guess she's more Janice from the Muppets, right? Wasn't Janice the cool, like...
Yeah.
I mean, she was more reggae, but she had the rock vibes, She's late again.
I wrote, she's bloody late again. Well, she does clarify. She wanted to wake up early at, 10 a.m. Oh, God. To go buy underwear from the mall because she had none.
Yeah.
But she slept in, till, I don't know, 12?
Yeah.
Then had no clean underwear. So she's wearing underwear from when she was a kid?
Yeah.
And she's telling this all to a man.
John Shanks.
Who is, I looked up, in 2004, he was 40.
She's eating beef jerky
Because
she's doing the Atkins.
she's doing the
no
Atkins.
carbs.
Fuck, did you ever do the Atkins?
I did do the Atkins.
Did it work?
Yeah, I put on a lot of weight at university in my it was in my second year, so going from second to my last year, and I wanted to be like snatched for my final year, and I did the Atkins diet over the summer holidays.
Oh my god!
And I also I went on holiday to, I think, to the Caribbean, so I got a really good tan. So I arrived like back on campus for my third year, and I was like thin and tanned. Yeah.
And then did you put it all back on straight away?
Yeah, of course, and became like pale like a vampire because I was just drinking and not
And
going
also,
out.
Atkins diet is completely
Oh, completely. Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to my friend who you and I and Michael refer to as Black Lace, who tried to do the Atkins diet.
Did she get it wrong and just do the carbs?
At university, where she went and spent loads of money on meat at Asda, at our local student Asda. Did it for one meal and then was like, I'm too hungry, and then caved and made a jacket potato, and then she just had so much meat. She was just like constantly just frying up big old steaks.
Having steaks and jacket potatoes.
So we renamed it. So her last name is Hyatt. So we renamed it the Hyatt diet instead of the Atkins diet. The Hyatt diet was loads and loads of meat and carbs. She essentially did like a bodybuilder's diet.
I don't know why that's so funny.
Well, it's because you know her as well, so you can picture her doing it.
One of the funniest things I've heard in weeks.
I can't believe I've never told you about that before.
Right. Okay, so
Let's get back to it.
so with Kermit, she is recording the song "Surrender." This song sounds solid.
Yeah, it really does.
I have to say,
Come on, let's go. That's what I heard a lot of.
Poor old, I don't know, who was it? Tim and Luke, who she was previously recording
Oh yeah,
with.
Stephen Stan.
Stephen Stan. Yeah. I don't want to side with Jordan, but
Yeah.
he might have a point. And then, what's his name?
Ooh,
This
John
So
Shanks.
John Shanks, again, this man is 40, because I looked it up at this
Lamb
exact
shank.
moment. Lamb Shank.
Atkins diet.
Oh, you'll get on with John Shanks.
She probably had a few lamb shanks in the fridge.
Imagine her recording Surrender but holding a lamb shank.
Oh my god, I'm having a meltdown.
The Atkins diet. This is so funny.
One meal.
So yeah, what is not funny is disgusting. John Shank says to Ashley, "Oh, I'd work with you if you were good or not because you're so hot."
Yeah, they have a really strange exchange here, don't they? Where and she's kind of like, yeah, well, I can't really explain this exchange. It's just very uncomfortable.
And poor Ashley is like, "I'm gonna keep up with banter." It's all very that.
And then when it's revealed that she's essentially being kind of shadowed by like an overlord underling from Jordan called Tom.
This guy called Tom, he seems perfectly nice, but he's like a 65-year-old man
he really is.
who just lurks in the corner,
Yeah,
and
and-
he's her A&R guy.
And essentially just miscommunicates, or actually probably correctly communicates messages that then Jordan can say, well, that was a miscommunication.
Because this guy Tom, no matter how many times people tell me what an A&R person does, still no clue. So this guy Tom says to her that creepy Jordan, thinks that Ashley should sound prettier. Oh. And then they talk about her sounding like the band Garbage.
This sounds like garbage.
Sounds like Garbage.
It's a funny
the
joke.
band. And yeah.
She mentions Hilary Duff yet again, saying, I don't want to be Hilary Duff.
And quick side note, I do want to give a shout out to her outfit. She's wearing a stripy polo shirt.
Of course.
Big black plastic beads, low slung cargo pants, chunky belt, and a suit jacket.
Because she means business in this episode.
Did you ever wear a suit jacket in 2004? Like to go out to the clubs?
I definitely did look more of a shirt, tie, and cardigan combo. That was a real...
Good one for you.
Yeah, a real like... My flirtation with kind of that emo indie dressing style of that time. Just a little nod to it. Just the cardigan and the tie. Maybe a flick of eyeliner.
I had a flick of eyeliner. I would definitely wear some jeans, probably from Diesel, some sort of
Rich.
funky Top Man t-shirt, and then I had a Top Man and sneakers, the jeans long, frayed at
Right.
the bottoms, and then I had a Top Man suit jacket I'd wear on top,
Or a real blazer.
a real blazer. It did get stolen from a club called Toffs.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, you deserve that for being so uppity about going out in a blazer.
It was from Top Man.
That's a high class. Excuse me, at the time, that was expensive.
that actually was
Yeah.
expensive at the time.
So actually, I felt really bad for her here because she said she feels like she's getting really mixed messages, which is like, oh, you need to be more you, or but actually you need to sound like this. And in his defense, Tom from the label seems like he doesn't really get it either. He's just like, yeah, I don't really get it.
Yeah, she's frustrated and confused, and totally fair enough.
Yeah.
So she calls her mum, and Ashley is pissed and emotional. She says that she's not going to do a record if it's cheesy. Fair. And then she says something interesting, how she's given up other opportunities for this, like film roles.
Yeah.
And Jordan needs to know that. So she's only going to do this record if she gets to do what she wants. Well, not what she wants, but just something that she doesn't want to do what she doesn't want.
Right.
I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. And then again, I got the pit in my stomach came back because I realized we were back at fucking Geffen again.
Back at Geffen. Did you hear the music?
What was it?
It was like army music, like we're going into battle. Okay, the stripes continue. She's wearing a striped hoodie.
Jordan does a lot of nonsense talking in this scene. I couldn't really get head nor tail of it. He says that it sounds like whole, which he tries to make it sound like a compliment, even though the way Tom said it, he said it sounded like garbage. Obviously, getting whole and garbage kind of mixed up, but just felt like he was trying to go back on his word a little bit.
I want to go up to Jordan, hold his fucking face, and be like, "Tell me,
Yeah.
in bullet points,
Right.
what you fucking want."
Right,
And then
completely.
after this meeting, I want those bullet points emailed to me,
Correct.
so we can always refer back to
And I
them.
will do them, and then you will say you've completed the task that I requested.
Exactly.
There was a lot of pre-chorus and chorus nonsense happening here. Like it was like
He's talking crap.
making it sound like you don't sound, telling her she doesn't sound right, and then saying, "Oh no, it's the song's arrangement I don't like." It's like, you sneaky little slippery slate. He clearly just wants to do a Hilary Duff album with her, and is trying his best to trick her into doing it.
Yeah.
And there's a great moment where Joe pipes up from the corner, Papa Joe, and starts talking about thickening the guitars, and Jordan's just like, "Oh, shut up."
Yeah, because they're talking about Surrender, the song that we've just heard.
I'm picturing him doing that in Jessica's sessions. Away the yo, and Joe's like, "Can we just thicken the guitar up on that one?"
Look at the guitars.
Put my t-shirt on.
And then we get another reference to the Atkins diet. Because Ashley says, "Oh yeah, I'm doing the Atkins diet." And
God.
To be fair to Jordan, he does go, "Why?"
Yeah. Yeah, and she kind of corrects herself a little bit as well, because she talks about like, oh, you know, when the record comes out, I want to like wear stuff and feel good, and she kind of makes it sound like she wants to wear something revealing, and she's like, no, I'm saying I just want to feel good about myself in whatever I'm wearing, even if nothing's showing. I just want to feel good, and that makes sense. Like I felt like she corrected herself in a way I wasn't expecting. Yeah. And at some point, Jordan's talking about her music, and he says, "You got to go and lay in the cut, man." I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" It was such music bullshit talk, wasn't it? Should we pop back to Egg Yolk Manor?
Egg Yolk Manor. I've called this scene Condo Couch with Ryan.
Ryan's popped some highlights in that hair. It definitely looked more of a solid kind of brown block color at the video shoot. Maybe it was just a wash in, wash out. But this seemed like very much more highlighted in this scene.
No, in the video shoot he was pretty blonde, but then in the shopping montage where they disappear into the Matrix, it's dark.
Yeah,
I think it's blonde again.
I think a wash in, wash out, or just a continuity issue. So I just wanted to. I know that we're meant to talk about this actual scene. There's some like boring
Nothing's
side
happening.
stuff. I want to talk about the structure of this hairstyle. You can really see the pulleys and the levers that are kind of holding this whole thing together in this scene. It's all been like straightened and then spiked, but the sides have been straightened and then slicked back. So the side are like two flaps going down, and then
like support columns.
yeah, like a support column at the sides. There's those kind of support beams, and then they support the kind of direct up and outness of the top of it. But it's fascinating. I didn't listen to a word that was being said in that scene because I was so busy looking at the inner workings of that hairstyle. Do you think he kind of looks like a straight 2000s emo version of Jonathan Groff?
Yeah.
From Looking. Oh God, we're being pulled from pillar to poster this episode, aren't we? From the same locations. Geffen to Egg Yolk Manor, back to Kermit's home.
Kermit's home. So at Kermit's home, they're going to address Jordan's note and Surrender. And I got to say, Surrender sounds great here.
Yeah.
Was this must have made the album?
Yes, yeah. So we then get a very strange montage of her. So she's recording Surrender, and then it slips into this kind of montage of her performing it, but she's wearing maybe 5 or 6 different outfits.
So I think they shot like a master thing of her performing it in the studio, and then they edited in lots of clips of her recording it on different days.
Yeah.
And all the tomfoolery going on.
Yeah, her and John are really having a lot of... I said John's being a real silly goose with her, and she's really met her silly goose match with him, isn't she?
But ASHLEE would get on with anyone.
Yeah.
She's just having fun.
Did you notice in one of the shots she's wearing those green dangly earrings that she's wearing in the interview? They made it out of the interview shots.
I've written Ash wearing dangly star and key earrings. We pretty much get the full song here.
Yeah. And then she kind of just... Much like with all the information that's given to us in this episode, it's done in like a kind of real scattergun way. She just goes, John's producing the whole record. I got stained. I was like, oh, what?
John's going to produce the whole record. I'm so glad we've got the connection that we do. I got stains on my...
It's like, I feel like we got launched into a whole new relationship and having all of the issues with the album sorted in 20 minutes flat. And she disappeared into an alleyway in a disappearing car.
Most of my question is, she's so glad they have the connection they do. What is that connection?
It was silly goosery.
Silly goosery. So, I mean, what is going to happen in the remaining 5 episodes of this season?
I mean, I'm dreading it.
Next time on Ash.
At least next time we are getting Pieces of Me.
We are. She's writing Pieces of Me, and it's about Ryan.
I never knew that.
I didn't know that either.
So that's a fun bit of lore. And then it looks like we're going to have a really, really painfully drawn out sequence of her trying to see him live on Valentine's Day.
And then her saying that Valentine's Day is ruined or something.
Yeah, but it's not.
And I revealed to you the other day that I think decorations-wise, Valentine's Day is my favorite holiday.
Then I'm saving that for one of our main episodes because it really needs to go to the full audience.
You're really, really rocked the core by this.
It's changed my whole inner core and being.
Okay, no, okay, we're doing it now. Here's the thing. I like a Trader Joe's, like Trader Joe's kind of kitschy cartoons and things and like illustrations. And Valentine's Day, they're almost like 1950s throwbacks of hearts and stuff like that. I love
That's
that.
not that picture that you showed me.
What picture? Oh no, but that was a
hearts with the
glittery.
glitter on them.
I love a glittery heart. But then I also sent you a picture of me with that heart mug
Right.
that I stole from an office with consent.
It's that's quite the oxymoron. I stole it with consent, so they gave it to you.
Well, no, I said, can I just take this because I really like it? They're like, yeah, we don't know whose it is. Take it.
Yeah, it's baffling to me. It's just very unexpected. We've revealed things to each other in the past few days that we've never heard.
Like what? What have you revealed?
The Hyatt diet and
Hyatt
your love
diet.
of Valentine's decorations. Yeah. It's taken a long time for them to come out.
I mean, I love chocolate wrapped in foil.
Yes.
So a gorgeous little just heart-shaped chocolate wrapped in a shiny pink foil.
I would have guessed that.
Yeah.
I just never would have guessed that to expand out to the whole of Valentine's.
It can't
aesthetic.
be like gross Clinton's cards Valentine's aesthetic.
Or the Card Factory.
Or the Card Factory. Shout out to our main episodes. What is the most rock and roll moment of this episode?
I mean, I guess if you want to use problematic terms, it might be where she Me Too'd Ryan in the video. It's very old school rock and roll behavior to not worry about being cancelled.
Well, I was going to say it's when she's on the phone to Mama Simpson. She's like, I mean, I'm just not going to do it. Forget about him.
Out.
I'm not going to do the records.
Fine, I'll give you that one.
Okay. Well, that's it.
I mean, another jam-packed, content-filled 20 minutes with Ash. Definitely.
Thank you very much for listening. You get an episode of Ash every week. Our regular show, You're Welcome America Prime, is out every other week. We've got another fun one coming up.
Yeah. Really sticking to our non-erratic recording schedule to the listener that said that to us.
Yeah. Please rate and review us. Thank you.
Yeah, they're coming in.
And they're coming in. Right, that's you. Coming in. Thank you for listening. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
You are right up my street.
Oh, you can't make me choose.
I go by Toyota. Sponsors T4.
Fuck me, Lee Ryan's 13.
I remember we couldn't remember the word for table.